Nobody will learn anything from me.
Hey, I don't know you. What do you want here? Are you headed for the tavern?
Listen to the wrong people.
Nobody ever asks me.
Ah, so this is the harbor watering hole. And there I was, taking it for the governor's palace.
Let's wait and see what happens.
Hey, cut out the bad jokes, Runt. Otherwise you'll be chewing the cobblestone.
It can't go on like this forever.
I see. I'll be forced to tan your hide in order to make any progress.
You're welcome to try, Runt. Show me what you got.
That's all just gossip.
Ah!
Give it your all. Hit him.
Yeah, that's...
Oh!
Yeah.
Ah! Oh!
Hit him.
Oh!
Hit him.
Before.
Not bad.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
Hey! Vatras sent me. He told me to come to you when I needed help.
So you've already been to see Vatras? You must have made a lasting impression on him.
He knew better.
Otherwise, he certainly wouldn't have volunteered my name. Especially not since the matter with those missing people still hasn't been resolved. Tell me what you need.
Let's wait and see what happens.
Vatras gave me this ornament to bring to you.
never knew that.
He said it is to be taken back.
Of course. It's up to me, as usual. I might have known. I'll have to walk halfway across the island to take it back to the water mages.
Nobody ever asks me.
I can take the ornament there for you.
Known a long time.
I think I'd better take it there myself. But you could come with me. Only, I can't leave here at the moment. I need to keep an eye on the harbor.
I could have told you that.
That doesn't
About
surprise
those missing people. Tell me what you know.
The first was William, one of the fishermen here in Corinus. One day, he simply didn't return. At first, we thought that one of those sea monsters out there had eaten him in his boat for breakfast. But not too long afterwards, other people started disappearing from the town and the surroundings. Pretty random events, though. Everyone's at a loss so far. The way it looks, we'll just have to wait until we finally stumble across a clue.
I'd have gone about it differently.
Isn't this a case for the militia?
The militia is pretty useless if you ask me. They're never going to clear this up. The missing people have just vanished into thin air.
That'll only cause more trouble.
I never knew that.
So what's your business with Vatras?
I've got this little agreement with the water mages, you see.
What kind of an agreement?
We work for them, and they see to it that our past in the penal colony doesn't get us into trouble.
You're talking about the Ring of Water?
You've heard of it?
Vatras told me about it.
You might have mentioned that right away.
Is it really true?
What exactly do you do here at the harbor?
I'm doing what we all do. I fulfill the tasks the water mages give me. Some of the missing people were fishermen. They disappeared along with their boats. That's why I'm standing here, watching the harbor. Maybe something will happen yet, but you could help me. Listen, I shall give you my aquamarine ring. It signifies that the bearer belongs to the Ring of Water. If you wear my ring, the rest of us will know that you're acting on my behalf. Get someone to take over my duties so that I can take the ornament back. One of us is always keeping an eye on the marketplace, but I don't know whose turn it is. You had better go talk to all those standing around there. Once the right man sees my aquamarine ring on you, he will let you know. Tell him to see to it that somebody else takes over here at the harbor.
Some problems solve themselves.
That was obvious all along.
I must talk to the paladins by any means.
What do you want from them?
They've got a powerful amulet, the Eye of Innos. I must have it.
And you think they'll give it to you? You'll never get into the upper end of town.
That's been known a long time.
Do you know why the paladins are here?
Nobody knows for sure. Lots of people think it's because of the orcs, but I think there's another reason. It probably has something to do with the old penal colony.
It's a bad business.
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
The ring is to the water mages what the paladins are to the fire magicians.
I'd have
But,
thought about it.
unlike the paladins, we operate in the background.
I wouldn't have done that.
The ring is a mighty weapon in the battle against the dangers that threaten the people of Corinus. But this only works as long as we keep the identity of all those secret who belong to the Ring of Water. So keep this to yourself.
Sure. I want to join the Ring of Water.
That's fine with me. But the decision about whether you will be accepted or not lies with the water mages alone.
Listen to the wrong people.
What did you do to impress the water mages?
I protected them for a long time when we were still living with the barrier. And they have plenty of reason to be grateful to
Exactly
me.
what I said.
What's it like to belong to the Ring?
We are very different from the usual communities you can join here in Corinus. Once you're one of us, we're not going to ask anything of you that you are not ready to do. The only thing we truly require of you is to keep quiet. We work in secret and do not want to let outsiders know who our members are. We shall keep an eye on you. Everything else remains to be seen.
Better off myself.
I see.
Let's wait and see what happens.
Nothing surprises
Vatras said you could help me join a community.
That's exactly what I said.
Getting tired of being the underdog, are you? All right, I see your point. I can exert my influence with the mercenaries if you want to join Lee. And I'm sure we can find a way to get you into the monastery soon. But the easiest thing would certainly be for you to join the militia. Which community do you prefer?
That's all just gossip.
The militia.
Yes, I can imagine you'd like that, eh? Read the law to other people while you're pocketing their purses. The paladins have set up their provisions store by the harbor. Their provisions master is a good friend of mine.
Will it ever change?
Maybe he can do something for you. His name is Martin.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
Vatras said
All right, I can and I'm sure, but which
You hardly know who to believe.
the mercenaries.
I'm sure that Lee will accept you.
Why haven't I heard
But
about
first, you're going to have to pass a test. Go and talk to Cord on Onar's farm. He can help you with your test.
this? Do you really think?
Tell him that you reside beneath my wing. He'll understand.
He insisted he knew better.
All right, I can, but which?
He doesn't
The
see
fire
that.
magicians.
I can't help it.
I bet Vatras didn't foresee that,
Let's wait and see
or he
what
wouldn't have sent you to me. Joining the monastery is expensive. Those boys won't even let you in unless you pay them a tribute. And the only one who could do anything about that is Vatras himself. You had better talk to him again about this.
Tell me more about Lee and his mercenaries.
What do you want to know?
How do I find the landowner's farm?
It's quite simple. You leave the seaport by the east gate and then follow the path towards the east. I can take you there if you want.
Tell me more about the mercenaries.
Well, if you're as tough as you were back then, you shouldn't have any problems with them. Most of them are ruffians, and if you can't stand up to them, you won't get far. If you're squeamish, you don't have a chance of joining them.
Why aren't you with Lee and his mercenaries?
But I am, just not on the farm.
You could say I'm our outpost in the city. We don't want the ship to sail without us.
What ship were you talking about?
It's on the open sea harbor, behind the cliffs. Lee and a few of his people really want to get away from here, but that could take a while.
Why?
You'd better ask Lee about that. If you meet him, he's got plans.
Hey, you! Teach me.
You've already gotten more decks.
Good.
These are bad times. He can't keep anything to himself.
I'd have done it differently.
Nobody ever asks for my opinion.